Hello, this is our yoga practice. This is going to be a 45-minute gentle yoga. We're going to be focusing on upper body, neck, and shoulders. So you will need your yoga blanket, your yoga block, and your mat. So if you want to get all that set up, kick off those shoes. Let's get started. We're going to begin standing. So we're going to have our feet straight ahead forward. I want you to take a minute, bring your shoulders all the way up, all the way back, and all the way down. Just take a moment, placing your hands on the low part of your abdomen, and let's just take a few deep breaths together. So just let your hands rest comfortably. If you want to close your eyes, that's fine. If you don't, just keep your gaze quiet and soft and slightly downward, okay? So keeping those shoulders back, you can breathe in and out of your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth, or you can breathe in and out of your mouth. All of it's good. So let's take 3 breaths. And just allow yourself to land right here on the mat, right here on your practice. And just take a moment to release any tension in your jaw, your forehead, your throat. So let's take a deep breath, reaching the arms all the way up. And as we exhale and inhale, we're just going to start reaching gently from one side to the other. And I just want you to go very slowly and just stretch one arm up and one arm down. We're going to start just going side to side. And I want you to let your whole body move here so that you're not just reaching with the arms, but you're also allowing your hips to move off to one side. You're letting your rib cage start to open. Really deep breath in and out. And just stay with that. Just start easy now, reaching a little bit different direction. So now we're going to reach maybe a little bit across. And one arm back. So I'm almost reaching at a little bit of a diagonal here. Lifting up and then reaching over a little bit of a diagonal. So please let your knees bend as well as you're doing this so your whole body can kind of get involved. Bending your knees, straightening your knees, bending your knees, straightening your knees. And now start reaching maybe down and across and bend your knees and reach. So I want you to start getting a little more free in your movements. Maybe do some big backstroke movements. So maybe reach in front and then sweep around. And just staying with that breath, reaching forward, sweeping around. So I just want you to start exploring. Spread your fingers out here, open your hands, and notice how that changes everything too. So just kind of allow your body to move in whatever direction it needs to go. Maybe you want to reach down or across. We're just going to do one more on each side. Just big stretch up and over. Good. And just really get into those tight areas. Remember, you just want to stretch to a place that feels good. All right. Let's bring our arms down. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. We're going to start moving through the upper back a little bit. So we're going to start with our arms out to the side. I'm going to be bending my knees and I'm going to round the whole upper back, tucking the chin, and then open, way open, big stretch, open the arms, lift the chest up, straighten out the legs, and then round again, like you're hugging a big tree. Tuck your chin, bend your knees, and then a big open again, big stretch open. And then exhale, round in, tuck your chin, shrug your shoulders a little bit. And then open. Good, and we're going to start adding a little bit of rotation here. So as I round in, standing cat pose, tucking in, and now I'm going to open, and I'm going to lift my arms up and turn my hands to hold up the ceiling. And make sure the elbows don't pull back like this. So push the inner elbow forward. Deep breath. Exhale, bend the knees and round. Tuck the chin and pull all the way through. Upper back stretches. And then a big scoop up. Bend the elbows, palms up. Open your hands, so spread your fingers out really wide. Right there, deep breath. One more time, round in. So really starting to get that upper back to stretch out a little bit. And then we're gonna open the chest up and open the heart center. Palms up, elbows forward. Make sure your shoulders are down. Nice deep breath here. Nice work. Bring those arms down. Let's start rolling those shoulders back. Now you may feel a little bit of fatigue in those arms just doing that kind of motion that we did. It's a little bit of work. Up and over. Lift those elbows and notice how I'm involving my whole upper back. So I'm lifting up, extending my spine, bending the knees and coming forward. Lifting up, extending the spine, bending the knees and coming forward. And one more time. Lift up and then round over. And let's take those arms in big individual circles. And now we're going to start separating our feet. So I want you to take a look at my feet for just a second here. So we're going to separate our stance. And as I do these big circles with my arms, I'm going to lift one heel up and then the other heel up. So I want you to be kind of mobile on your legs so that your hip can rotate, okay? So that's what's going on my feet. So when you take a nice deep breath in, we're going to take that arm across. You're going to pivot and then look way over your shoulder. And then another reach. Up, pivot, and look way over your shoulder. And you don't need to really think about this too much. Your feet will naturally pivot for you. Just kind of shift your weight and you're going to reach across, up, big backstroke, and then turn and look. And the key here is you want to make sure you look over your shoulder. Big lift, look up and over your shoulder. And I want you to kind of follow your hand with your head so that your head comes up and then it goes down. So again, you look up and then slowly bring your head down and look at your hand as it comes around. And let's do the other side one more time. Big reach, look up at your hand, look down, all the way down. And then switch sides, big circle, look up, and then look all the way down. Good job. Roll those shoulders back a few more times. We're gonna stand for a little while longer. I want you to take your hands behind you. So you're gonna clasp your hands together very loosely, okay? If this doesn't feel good to you, feel free to bend your elbows. If you can get your arms straight, that's great. You're gonna roll your shoulders back and reach your arms down your back. Now you're not gonna be lifting off your back. You're not gonna be pulling or straining. You're just gonna hold your hands there. And if it doesn't feel good to have your hands in that position, you can just bring your hands to your back. Adjust this one more time. You can just bring your hands right here, or you can just let your arms come down behind you with your palms facing in. So all of that is good, totally up to you. But if you can clasp your hands lightly together, that would be great. Roll your shoulders back, and I want you to make sure that you're not sticking your chin out in front of you this way. So make sure the chin is level to the floor. Easy to say right now, maybe not so easy in a minute. Pull your shoulder blades up, back, and down. So you feel like you're kind of making your arms longer behind you, and you're just gonna turn your head to one side. And I don't want you to strain at it, just kind of notice how far it'll normally go without you really pushing at it. Make sure when you turn your head that you don't start hunching over, right? So you keep those shoulders back and down, keep turning your head. Good, and then come back to the middle, and then turn your head the other direction. That's really common when you start moving your neck to start hunching over to get away from the stretch. So that's why your hands are behind you, because you're pulling those arms gently down and just holding them steady as you turn your head. Now, if you're tighter on one side than the other, it's no big deal. Come back through the center, take a deep breath, and then turn your head again over to the first side. Can you stand up a little bit taller? Can you breathe a little more deeply? And then turn your head one more time to the other side. Remember, your hands are clasped behind you just to anchor your arm position so you can get that good stretch in your neck. Good, and then come back to the center. We're just kind of testing things out right now. Keep your hands behind you. Drop your ear over one shoulder. Now, again, I'm going to show you, when you drop your ear over your shoulder, we tend to stick our chin out in front of us like this to get away from the stretch. So pull your chin in, and now you're going to pull your chin in even more, and you're going to look down at your big toe somewhere. See if you can find one of them. Good. And then lift your head up, just slightly keep your ear over your shoulder. So you're kind of nodding your head in slow motion at an angle, right? And then look down. And open. And make sure you're taking those nice, deep, slow, rhythmic breaths. And then again, come down. And then over the shoulder. Good. Come back up to the center. Good. And let's go to the other side. So again, if you notice your shoulder coming with you, that's a telltale sign that your neck's a little tight in that area, right? So hang on to your hand just to anchor, and no major pushing at it. Just let your head drop over. Just notice how it feels. Take your breathing. And when you're ready, just nod the chin in, down, take a look towards your big toe. And then lift it up and away. Remember, your ear is still over your shoulder, right? Deep breath. And then exhale, pull it in. And lift the chin up. And one more time, nod the chin in. And you might be feeling some real tightness here, and that's okay if you are. And then lift your chin up and bring your head to the center. Now we're going to bring the chin all the way down to the chest, and your hands are still behind you, right? Shoulders are still rolled back. So you want to make sure that those arms are rolled behind your body a little bit here so that they're not forward, okay? Chin to your chest, straight down. And now you're going to very lightly press the chin to the chest, not too hard. And then lift your chin up, level to the floor. Deep breath. Exhale and pull it in. Just a little bit, not very much. And then lift it up. Take a deep breath. And one more time, pull it in. And lift it up. All right, let's release those hands. I want you to roll your shoulders back a few times here. All right, so let's check in with everything. So hands on your hips now, rolling your shoulders back, turn your head to one side, and turn it to the other. And again, turn it to one side, and to the other. Back to the center. Are you noticing a difference? Let's go one ear to shoulder, and then ear to shoulder. This side's usually really tight. Make sure your chin is tucked in a little bit. And then ear to shoulder, and then ear to shoulder. Good work. Back to the center. Very nice. All right. Shake everything out. We're going to come down to the floor. So when you're ready, just come on down. As you can see, my dogs are here, very comfortable on my yoga mat. They're dead asleep. All right. Come on, guys. Up you go. Come on. Okay. So we're going to start with a little bridging section. We're going to come down. And you're going to be lying on the floor. So down you go. I want you to get your block handy, but you don't need it right now, okay? And arms by your sides. We're going to start with our feet really close into our body, okay? We're going to take our hands, the palms are facing straight ahead forward, palms face away from you. You're going to grab a hold of your thigh right where your leg meets your body. So if you put the heel of your hand right down on your pelvis, right where that crease is, where your leg meets your body, that's where you want to put your pressure. So you're going to hang on with your hands and fingers, and you're going to push down to the palms of your hands like this, straight down. Now, I'm talking maybe 5 pounds of pressure, so go ahead and do it now. And believe me, it doesn't take a lot. It takes a minute for it to kind of get in there and start doing its work, but you'll feel it. This is a pressure releaser. It's a traction stretch for your spine, so you're going to stay with this. If you want a little bit more, you can put a little bit more on there, but don't overdo it. A little bit goes a long, long way, okay? So just hang out right there, just decompressing the spine. Take a deep breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our knees into the chest. You can bring them one at a time or both together. And if your hands are uncomfortable over the top of the lower leg, just bring it up underneath. Now compress in as deeply as you can. So now we're stretching the spine in the other direction. Okay? So breathe here. And then slowly release. And once again, feet on the floor. Get your heels close. Hands right on the bend of your body and leg. And push down. So again, you want to have just an easy pressure. Now we're going to push just a little bit more with our left hand. We're going to let up a little bit on the right. So a little bit more on the left side. Maybe 10 pounds of pressure on the left and maybe 5 pounds on the right. And then a little more on the right side, maybe 10 pounds of pressure on the right, 5 pounds of pressure on the left. And then back to the center, and then bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. If you can fold in a little more deeply, that's great. If it's uncomfortable, don't do it. You want to go to a place that's comfortable for you. All right, one more time. We're going to release, we're going to press, and we're going to hold. Deep breath in and out. And again, you want to find that deep push, and you want to really dig your hands in. You can try turning your fingers in or out or straight ahead, whatever feels good to you. Just let it settle in. Then push a little more with the right hand. Push a little more with the left hand. Push a little more with the right hand. And then push a little more with the left hand. And then release. And let's bring both knees back to the chest. If you're feeling ready, you can pull yourself up into a little ball, bring your forehead up to your knees. If you don't want to do that, that's not a big deal. Just keep your head down. So now we're going to release our feet. We're going to let the arms come up over the head. And you're going to allow your spine to arch up off the floor. So my lower back is lifting way up off the ground right now. Arms overhead, knees and thighs are apart. Deep breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly lift our arms up, bring the hands down by our sides, and lift up into easy bridge pose. So coming up to bridge, sorry, my pants are falling down. All right, there we go. So you would coming up into bridge, you want to engage your seat muscles, engage your hamstring muscles, and stretch the front of your thigh. Take a deep breath. And then exhale, slowly release down. Good. Inhale, arms up over your head. Deep breath. Arch that back. And then exhale, we're going to bring those arms all the way up and then press the hips up and push the hands down. Stepping deep into the feet, chin is slightly off the chest. Deep breath here. And then slowly lower yourself down again. Okay, so now we're going to take our right leg, we're going to cross it over the left leg in a figure four. Now the right hand, your palm is going to face away from you. Put your right hand on your thigh and you're going to open that leg out to the side. So see how my knee wants to pull into my chest? Push it away. And then your left hand is going to go back where it was, right where your leg meets your body. Okay? So this right hand, I like to have it a little bit higher, but you can have it lower if you want to. It's totally up to you. Okay? Here we go. Deep breath. Step into your left foot and push away. Push away. Now you're going to have to grip a little bit here on your legs. Make sure that you're stepping deep into that left foot. That's the one that's on the ground. And push that right hip open. Take a couple deep breaths here. You might have to really relax your seat muscles, right? Stay with your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then slowly, slowly, gently release it. You're gonna bring your arms out to the side, and we're gonna rock that left foot side to side. So just super easy, over to one side, and then over to the other. and then over to one side, and over to the other. Now, as you go over to the right, that's when you're gonna feel that stretch in your hip joint, yeah? And then over to one side, and then over to the other. One more time. Over and back. Oh, I see I woke up. One of them anyway. All right. Back to the center. Let's release. Cross the left leg over the right leg. Same thing. Hand on your thigh with the left hand, palm facing away from you. Right hand on your right leg, just where your leg meets your body. And as you can see, I'm going to push this left leg open as I push down with my right hand. Okay, so stay with your breath here, in and out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just relax and hold on to that stretch. Just keep your mind relaxed and quiet, just very receptive to what's going on here. If you need to adjust your hand position to get a little bit of a better stretch, that's fine. Okay, stay with me. Just decompressing that lumbar spine. Should feel it. Good, one more deep breath. And then very, very gradually and slowly let it go. Okay, arms out to the side. And now we're gonna rock that right foot. Over to the right, and then over to the left. Nice deep breath here. You're going to feel that stretch as you go. And let's just do one more time on each side. Over to the left side, and then over to the right side. Good. When you're ready, back to the center. Really nice. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Now this is going to change things a little bit. I'm going to move my dogs out of the way. Hang on a second. All right. God forbid my dogs be uncomfortable. Okay. So now we're going to get the soles of the feet together. Okay. We're going to take our hands, same thing, the palms face away from you. Now you're going to put your hand again right where your leg meets your body. You have two different options. Number one, see how my hands are kind of, my fingers are wrapped around the inside of my thigh. You can do it that way, or you can turn your hands this way with your thumbs in. Now, if your thumbs are in, this is a lot more pressure, so make sure you don't overdo it, okay? Just very gently push down. Same thing, you want to push downward with your arms. Okay, so stay with me. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Just hold on to it. Okay, very, very slowly and gently release it. Now, you're going to take your hands with your palms up. You're going to separate your legs. You're going to wrap your hand around each shin. Notice my legs are still wide apart. And I'm going to start rocking from one side over to the other side. Okay? So I want you just to go slow. You want to keep your knees apart. And I'm going to start adding a little bit of rotation here. So as I rock to the left, I'm going to pull my right knee up toward my chest and let my left leg drop all the way open. And then I'm going to come over to the other side. I'm going to pull my left knee all the way up to my chest and let the right leg drop open. And again, over to one side, pull the knee up. And the other side. So as we pull that knee up, we're actually tilting the pelvic girdle, and you should be able to feel that stretch right into your lower back. So as you draw the right knee up to the chest, you can kind of wag your tail to the right a little bit too. And then as you draw the left knee up to your chest, you can wag your tail a little bit to the left, and you can accentuate that movement of your pelvis. Okay? back to the center. And let's close the legs together and drop back down with our feet. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. Big lift, so again, we're arching that lower back off the floor. And then as we exhale, we're gonna lift the arms up, and we're gonna push the hips up again into bridge pose. Good, now if you're ready for more, you can clasp your hands underneath you and walk your shoulder blades together. And just lift up right here if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, let your hands come back out again. The chin is slightly off the chest, the arms are long. Deep, deep breath here, in and out. When you're ready, very slowly release your hands, move your shoulder blades away, and then gently lower yourself back down. Good, bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a big hug. Let's rock a little bit. And if you can, just cross your ankles, okay? One hand on top of each knee. We're gonna guide these knees around in a little circle right on the lower spine. So just take your time here. This is not a big deal. Just super small, really slow, and make sure you go both directions, okay? So this just massaging the lower back and releasing the lower spine. Nice deep breath here. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, when you're ready, lengthen your right leg all the way down flat on the floor, okay? I'm gonna scoot back just a little bit. So you got your left knee on your chest. Now your right leg should be directly underneath you. So just imagine you were standing on that leg. You wanna have it right up underneath your hip. You can clasp your hands over the top of your lower leg, or you can bring your hands underneath, or you can just hold on to the sides. It doesn't matter to me. We're gonna do some hip openers. We're gonna start with that left hand wrapped around the shin. We're gonna open that left leg out to the left side. And then we're gonna help it with the right hand. We're gonna cross it over to the right. Now, how far do you go? Well, if my left shoulder starts lifting off the floor, I've already gone too far. So I'm gonna use my left shoulder as an anchor. I'm gonna reach it out to the side here, just to tell me how far of a hip stretch I wanna do. Okay? Then I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to open it again. So this is not going to be a series where we hold the pose for a really long time. We're just going to kind of rotate the hip open and then close the hip. Okay? Now we're also going to start involving some of the upper back and neck work that we did earlier. So as we open that leg to the left side, the right arm comes up over the head. We're going to stretch from the right hand all the way down to the right foot. And we're going to look straight up at the ceiling. And then as we breathe out, we're going to cross over and we're going to look to the left. Now notice I didn't lift my head and turn it, just let it turn, okay? Keep that left shoulder on the floor. Don't overdo this twist. It should feel very gentle, okay? Inhale, open, right arm up over your head. Now I want a long straight line from your right hand to your right foot. And then cross it all the way over and look to your left. Try to relax your seat muscles as much as you can. Try not to clench those, okay, because it makes it hard to move. Sometimes you don't even know you're doing that until you let go, right? One more time, deep breath in, inhale. And then exhale, cross, and look to your left. So this work should feel easy, okay? You can do very profound work very gently. Let's bend our right leg, lift your hips up, reposition your spine, bring the knees to your chest, and again, if you're ready, you can pull the head up if you feel like it. Exhale and close in. And then slowly release. And now we're going to lengthen out that left leg, so stretch the left leg all the way out. We're going to bring our hands to that right leg. You can pull it in if you want to. Sorry, you guys, my pants keep falling down. All right, I'm good. Okay, right leg into your chest. Again, you can just hold on to the outside of your shin with your right hand. We're going to open that leg out to the right side. Notice I have my left hand on my hip here, so I'm making sure that I don't start rolling over. If you're really tight on one side, you might notice a difference, okay? All right, and then slowly cross over. And again, my right shoulder is going to tell me where I need to twist. If my shoulder lifts up off the ground, I've gone too far, okay? So I'm going to reach my arm out to the side, and I'm just going to let that hip stretch across. I'm not going to hold it there for a really long time. And then I'm going to slowly open it out to the side, and deep breath. Now make sure that left leg is directly underneath your body, okay? You don't want to have that leg winging off to the side. And this time as we cross over, I'm going to turn my head to the right, and look. And then slowly open, and the left arm goes up over the head. So I want a long line from the left hand all the way down to the left foot. And then I'm going to cross it over, looking to my right. And this hip is going to be different from the other one, right? So just be gentle with it. And then open it up. Big, deep breath. And then exhale, cross it over. And then a deep breath. So you might notice, again, one side of your body is probably a little tighter than the other. Don't worry about it if it is. Just breathe with wherever you are. Allow your movements to fit what your body needs. Okay, so don't overdo. And that's going to be different every time. And then slowly release back to the center. So now we're going to put both feet flat on the floor. Lift your hips up, reposition your spine, and let's go back to the soles of the feet together into our butterfly pose, bound angle pose. Let the knees drop open. One more time, super gentle, just a little traction. So again, not a big deal. This time we're going to push just a little more with one hand and a little more with the other. And I'm talking just a couple pounds of pressure here. So push a little more with the left. Take a couple deep breaths. And then push a little more with the right. Again, just easy, easy, easy. And then over to the left side. And then over to the right side. Just take it easy. So again, don't overdo it. This should feel good. Now that you're warming up a little bit, you should be able to kind of get in there and stretch a little bit more. One more time to the left. And again, we're just tilting that pelvic girdle a little bit. And then a little bit more on the right side. And then release it. Let's bring our feet together. We're going to roll all the way over onto our side and onto our abdomen, okay? So I'm going to just adjust myself here a little bit so you can see me better. Just a second. Okay. Look at these gods. You guys are crazy. They love yoga, right? They love yoga days. They get to sleep on my blanket. Okay, so down you go. Now, we're going to widen our legs out to the side, and you want to prop up on your elbows, just like this, okay? Notice that my elbows are kind of out in front of me a little bit, and they're a little wide. I don't want to see your shoulders shrugging up like this. I want your shoulders down as much as possible, okay? So you're going to kind of grab the mat with your forearms, and you're going to try to slide your body forward just a little bit, okay? All right, so try to slide forward just a little, and we're going to slowly lean over to the left shoulder. You're going to look over your left shoulder at your foot, and then come all the way up, and over and look over your right shoulder, and look at your foot. Or you can look at your cute dogs. You guys are really cute. Yes, you are. And then come all the way up and all the way over. Look at your left foot. Now, if you can, kind of move your right shoulder forward a little bit. And then lift all the way up and all the way over. Look over your right shoulder. And then come all the way up. And then just drop your head all the way down. And very slowly, do this slowly now, okay? Shake your head no, super slow. no, 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 no. Drop yourself all the way down to the floor, bring your legs together, push yourself up. We're gonna walk our knees in. We're gonna sit all the way back to child's pose. Now, if you want a little bit of extra padding, you can get your blanket, which I would get if I could, but I can't, but you can get yours. And or you can move your knees wide. So just let yourself be comfortable. You can also grab your block and rest your head on it if you feel like it. That's good too. So just take a couple deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly release and come up. We're gonna come up to our hands and knees, okay? Just adjust myself a little bit here. I don't have my cameraman with me today, so. All right. So down you go, hands and knees. Make sure your hands are right up underneath your shoulders and the knees are up underneath your hips, okay? Drop your head down, round your whole spine. Just tuck everything in. And while you're in this rounded position, see how my spine is all rounded? You're just gonna rock a little bit back and then come a little forward. Just a tiny bit. Keep your pelvis underneath you. And you're really gonna feel that stretch there in your lower back. Rock back, rock forward. And rock back, and rock forward. One more time. Rock back, and rock forward. And then bend your elbows and lift your chest up the middle. Take a deep breath here. So chin up, close the mouth. Make sure your shoulders are rolling down your back, okay? So you're not shrugging your shoulders. And then exhale, round yourself all the way in again. And then bend your elbows and lift all the way through the middle. Deep breath. And then one more time, round all the way in. And then bend your elbows and lift up. And a nice deep breath here. And then slowly release. And we're going to come around and have a seat. Okay, so here we are sitting. Now, we're going to get our legs bent in this angle. So I don't want to tell you exactly how to bend your knees. You want one leg bent behind you and one leg bent in front of you. Now, you might feel comfortable with your leg bent all the way up like this. You might want to have it open. It doesn't matter to me. Same thing with your back leg. And you can grab a blanket. I'm going to grab a pillow here just to show you. If I had a blanket, which my dog is lying on right now, but you can take your blanket or pillow, put it right up underneath that left knee. So this inner knee should be super comfortable for you, okay? So it should not be a big deal at all, not a big deal at all. All right? So use that if you need to get comfortable, or you can bring the blanket or block in front of you. You're gonna bring one hand on either side of your right leg, and you're just simply gonna bow down just a little bit. Now you might be really stiff here, so don't go too far. Just bow down over that leg. And then you're gonna come up and take a deep breath. And then you're gonna exhale. Now this adds a little bit of a twist into your torso, into your abdominal wall. And then slowly come up. Good, now if you can, see if you can walk just a little bit more to the right. Okay, just adjust yourself, take a deep breath, and bow down again. And then slowly come up. So you're gonna feel this all the way through your lower back and into your right hip, but also into your left thigh as well. Okay, it's an all-purpose series. Drop down, nice and slow. And then slowly come up. Good. And now I just want you to drop down. Now you might be able to get down to your elbows. You might want to use your block, which you can certainly do, or you can put your arms on a pillow. Just hold down here and take a couple deep breaths. So this is pigeon pose. This is a piriformis stretch. This is pigeon pose for real people, so that it doesn't make your leg go totally numb. Okay, drop your head down. Take a couple deep breaths here. And then slowly help yourself come up. Good. Now, we're going to take that left leg around in front of us. Now, if you have your block, just prop it up underneath your shin. Left leg is straight, right leg is bent comfortably. Now, you may want to put your foot here. Doesn't have to be like this, that's fine too, okay? Left arm comes up, take a deep breath, and bow forward. Bow forward at a comfortable level for you. You should not be overdoing this. Just drop your head down. Now, I like to take my right arm and just push that right knee open, so you can try that too if you want. And then when you're ready, slowly, gently come up. We're going to move that block out of the way. We're going to bring our feet in front of us, scoot the hips forward. Bring the hands behind you so your palms are facing down and your fingers are facing outward. Shrug your shoulders and lean back into your upper back. This is a traction stretch for that upper spine, and then lift up, deep breath, extend. And then exhale, round in. And then lift up and extend. And then one more time, round it in. And lift up and extend. And then slowly let go. All right, let's come on over to the other side. So we're gonna bend that left leg and bend the right leg. And again, use your pillow, get yourself comfortable, make sure your knee angles feel good to you. This should not be a painful sort of thing, okay? So one hand on either side of that left leg, take a deep breath and just a little bow. Now you might be stiff today, maybe it's just chin to your chest, I don't know. So whatever works for you is fine. You come down, and then slowly come up. Take a deep breath. Let that twist kind of move into your trunk. Exhale, draw yourself down. Inhale, slowly come up. Good. And let's see if you want to go a little bit more to the left. Take a deep breath. Exhale, draw yourself down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Deep breath. Exhale, draw yourself down. It's nice and slow, don't overdo it. Inhale, press yourself up. Good, and now using either the block or the pillow or the blanket if you want to. Let's come down so you can hang out for a couple deep breaths. So if you don't want to go down all the way, that's totally fine. Just find something that's comfortable for you, whether it's resting your head or whatever you want to do. Take a couple deep breaths here, in and out. And then slowly bring yourself up. We're going to grab a hold of that right leg, bring it around in front of us. So the right leg is straight. Now, if you want to bend the knee, that's fine. You can also, by the way, take that block and put it underneath your leg if you want to. That's also good. Or you can use the block and prop up your shin on the left side like I do. Right arm up, take a deep breath. Exhale, bow forward over that right leg. Left arm is pushing the left knee gently open. And take a couple deep breaths here. And then very slowly come up. Good. I'm just going to turn to the front for a second. I want that left foot flat on the floor now. You're going to wrap that right arm around your left thigh. You can take your block. I'll just turn to the side so you can see. All right. Take your block behind you. You're going to put your left hand on it. Now the key here is to not sit like this. You're going to sit up straight. Okay? Push out through your right foot. Lift on your in-breath and gently twist on your exhale. And just find that opening in your hip. Turn your head. Remember, you want to make sure that shoulder is down. And let's take a couple deep breaths here. So as you breathe in and out, you want to feel your abdomen pushing up against your thigh a little bit there. That's okay. And then back to the center, release it. Let's do the other side. So again, I'll turn to the side. So now your right leg is bent, right hand is on the block, left arm wraps around your right thigh, left foot is pushing out, sit up nice and tall on your inhale, turn and look over your shoulder on your exhale. Deep breath here, in and out. One more deep breath. And then slowly, gently back to the center. Good. Remove the block one more time. This time the fingers are pointing toward your body. You want to walk your hips forward, kind of sit on the back of your pelvis, bend the elbows deeply, and then straighten out the arms. Deep breath. They don't have to go all the way straight. And then round in, shrug your shoulders, tuck your chin, and then lift all the way up. And then exhale, round through. And then inhale, come up. Good job. All right, slowly release. Now, we're going to finish up with some breathing exercises. I just want you to sit with your hips elevated. I'm going to get my cushion here. You can sit up on a pillow or your block if you'd like. Okay, so I'm going to elevate my hips. Oh, okay, there we go. And all right, so I'm going to be sitting. I'd like you to sit with your right leg crossed in front of your left leg. Now, if that's uncomfortable, you can bring your feet flat. We're going to take 4 breaths in this position, then we'll cross the other leg in front. Okay, so palms can be up or down, eyes can be open or closed, but before you close your eyes, picture a box right in front of you, just a perfect square, okay, directly in front of your chest. You're going to breathe up one side, hold your breath across the top, exhale down the other side, hold your breath across the bottom. So we're going to start on the left side, we're going to go over to the left, to the right, and we're going to cross the other leg in front, and then we'll go on the other side, okay? I know it's very complicated. Okay, deep breath. So again, picture your box. We're going to start on the left hand, lower left hand corner of that box, okay? 4 counts. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now move to the right. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale down the right. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath across to the left. 2, 3. Another box. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1 to the right. 2, 3, 4. Exhale all of it out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the exhale. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath. Here we go. Up. And 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down the right. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold the breath. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Up the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down the right. 2, 3, 4. Hold the exhale. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Normal breathing. Cross your left leg in front. All right. This might feel a little bit strange to you if this isn't your favorite side, right? But that's okay. Now we're going to start on the right-hand side. Up, over, down, and across in the perfect square, okay? Right side. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath across to the left. 2, 3, 4. Down the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the exhale. 2, 3, and 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the right. 1, 2, hold the breath, 3 and 4. Inhale, up the right, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, move to the left, 2, 3, 4. Down the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and move right, 1, 2, 3. Last time, deep breath, up the right, 2, 3, 4. Across left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross the right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Normal breathing. When you're ready, open the eyes, lift the chin up, close the mouth, and then bow the head down, chin to the chest. Lift the head up, and let's check in with our neck. Turn the head to one side, and then the other side, and then ear to your shoulder, and ear to your shoulder, and center. Reaching the arms all the way up to the top, draw the hands down and in. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, open all the way out. Thank you for attending today. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed the practice. These guys did. They're sacked out. Bye.